Because we the two best fighters of our era, still, going strong. Everybody else is, either younger than us or, passed and retired. So why not? I want to challenge myself. The best always looking to fight the best and challenge they.
At one particular time, I did talk about, I did say Terence Crawford.
Okay.
Now, but what are we rating these fighters on? What are we rating these fighters on?
Floyd Mayweather's eyeball test.
That works.
You're
for me.
eyeballing these guys. You watch Terence Crawford.
Yo, yeah. So if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd? Who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, so Crawford finally said yes to Floyd on Instagram Live. Now that's wild. And let's be honest, Floyd isn't stepping in because he wants smoke. He's stepping in because he can't stand anyone else holding the spotlight for too long.
I'm talking about skill for skill. That's what I'm talking about. And Crawford is more, in my opinion, is more skilled. And I know I'm going to get hell for this, but he's more skilled than Floyd Mayweather. That shoulder roll is not going to work against Terence Crawford. He knows how to beat that too.
Man treats attention like oxygen. And you and I both know Crawford isn't stepping in just to share the ring. He's stepping in to rewrite the script. That shoulder roll? But would turn it into a dance challenge by round 3. Floyd's legacy is untouchable, but right now he's like an old iPhone, still iconic, but Crawford is the software update nobody asked for and everybody's scared of.
You think Crawford is better than Floyd?
No, I think they're different fighters. I just feel like you can't compare two different. They're definitely two different type of fighters. They're both great at their styles and what they do, but I don't like to compare because they're two different generations, but both of them were dominant.
If this fight actually happens, Floyd's pride might walk him into the ring, but Crawford's skill might walk him out. And as soon as we're done talking about this Floyd versus Crawford fantasy matchup, boom, we go straight into Bomac's interview. And trust me, he didn't sip tea. He dumped the whole pot on the table. He basically said what everyone was thinking, but too polite to say. Crawford didn't just beat Canelo, he downloaded him like a Windows update.
The fight was over and then you sit back and you watch the fight. Yes, it was easy. It was easy. It don't seem like it when you in the corner and you looking. Sometimes you can't see the camera guy right here. He might get caught with this shot. The crowd go wild and it's like, damn. But when you sit back and you go watch it, he did exactly what we thought he was going to do.
And the crazy part? Bomac admits it looked easy afterward. Like Crawford was in there solving a Rubik's Cube while Canelo was still reading the instructions. And you and I both know that kind of performance makes legends furious. Floyd's at home pacing around like, easy? Easy? That was easy.
Go exactly as you had mapped out in your mind and what you thought would manifest itself. As much as one can. As much as one can.
It was 100% how we thought it was going to
Did it?
It was 100%. Him stepping forward, him throwing the wide shots, him moving his head, him trying to fight on the inside. It went just like how we wanted it to go. That's what performance you guys got.
But here's the thing. When Bomac breaks it all down, it's not arrogance. It's confidence backed by receipts. We're talking about a corner that runs smoother than Netflix buffering on good Wi-Fi. And honestly, if you didn't watch that fight live, you might have missed history because Crawford didn't just outbox Canelo. He turned that corner into a masterclass on coaching, organizing, and clowning your opponent at the same time.
And itself in recognition of what he achieved, because what he's achieved is phenomenal, right?
Right. I'm sure Terence probably can care less what people say about him, but one thing he did, he said that really stuck with me, and it's going to stick with y'all too. Yeah. They're going to miss me when I'm...
After Bomac finished cooking Canelo with that "it looked easy" line, we jumped straight to David Benavidez on Inside the Ring. And let me tell you, this man came in throwing verbal haymakers before he even touched a glove. He straight up said Canelo is scared of him. And honestly, I believe it. Because if a guy is yelling for smoke every single day and you keep pretending you can't hear the doorbell, that's not strategy. That's hiding behind the couch, hoping the Mexican monster leaves.
I've seen him handle my presence. He's definitely scared of me. If you have a fighter talking so much trash in front of you, why don't you make an example of him to the world? Beat me in the ring and make a whole lot of money. But Canelo Alvarez, as you can see from every time he fights a guy that's big with power, like Bivol, you know what I mean? And I'm going in there and I want to prove myself to the world that I'm the greatest fighter. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't scare me to get in there with another great fighter because I know that elevates me and who I...
Spoiler alert, he's not going anywhere. And you, me, and everyone watching knows Benavidez is built like the final boss in a video game. He doesn't just want to beat you, he wants to delete you from the cartridge. And the best part, Benavidez didn't just call out Canelo. He did it with that calm, scary confidence, the kind where you instantly know he means every word. He basically said, Canelo, you missed your chance when I was green. Now I'm ripe, and you can't touch me.
Back then, he has no chance of beating me now. Especially now, I'm getting all this. I'm getting all this confidence. I'm stepping into my prime. I'm learning my craft better and better each and every single fight. I'm gaining more confidence every single fight, and like I said, I really want to go in there and hurt people. I'm not a boxer. I'm a warrior, and I go in there.
That's not trash talk. That's a funeral announcement for anyone still holding on to the old Canelo mystique. We got to give Crawford credit for dismantling Canelo. But Benavidez is making it crystal clear. If Canelo wants smoke now, it's a one-way ticket to a beating. And honestly, I'm here for it because boxing has been missing that energy, that feeling where a guy doesn't just want to win, he wants to prove you were ducking him for a reason.
First of all, I just want to give Terence Crawford a great congratulations. You know, he's reached a part in history that not only is he a great fighter, but you could tell in that fight by seeing this combination right now how much of a dog he is. You know what I mean? I think a lot of fighters could take a lot of notes from Terence Crawford, not only physically, but take notes in the heart aspect. And I give it all up to Terence Crawford. You know, he's one of the greatest of all time, and, you know, we salute Terence.
So after Benavidez dropped that truth bomb, Greg Hackett comes in with a whole different angle. And honestly, I respect it. He basically said, pump the brakes, Crawford. You just climbed Everest. Don't go sprinting up another mountain tomorrow. And he's right. After the biggest win of your life comes the dangerous part, the boxing hangover. You beat the wolf. You beat the shark. Cool. But now, who's left that scares you enough to keep you obsessed in camp? That's the real danger, not the opponent, not the punches. Complacency. And you and I both know that's the silent knockout nobody sees coming.
The thing is, when you beat a guy like Canelo, it's almost like, who else? Like, why would I fight anybody else? The reason I'm saying that, who's going to put you in that mindset of working just as hard as you work for Canelo? Not saying he's not going to work. You're going to work. But is you going to be that obsessed with the next opponent? Because you got to remember, Canelo is the guy right now in the sport that's supposed to be the man, you know, big bad wolf. You beat him, you the wolf. Now it's like, you know what I mean? Like, all right.
And the way Hackett explained it was straight savage truth. He compared it to the morning after a wild night. You're still buzzing, but reality hits harder than a left hook. And he's right. Crawford is riding the highest moment of his career, and if he picks the wrong fight too soon, everything could come crashing down. That's not disrespect, that's respect. Hackett knows Bud is that good, but greatness is tricky. It's not just about beating monsters. It's about staying sharp when the monsters don't scare you anymore. And if Crawford's not careful, that boxing hangover could hit harder than any punch he's ever taken.
A major fight where you really had to get ready, so it was like, he put it all in on this one. So now how people look at him, they couldn't believe it. So it's like he like the new Houdini right now. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't supposed to do it. And he did it, but not only did he do it, he made it look easy.
And just like that, after Hackett's warning about the boxing hangover, boom, we slide right into Jaron Boots Ennis. And the dude kept it real. Boots didn't try to dress it up. He straight up admitted he fell asleep before the fight started. And honestly, respect. That's all of us thinking we'll stay up for a main event at 1 a.m., then waking up to the TV asking, are you still watching? But even half asleep, Boots knew what was up. He saw Crawford do something historic and gave him his flowers immediately.
Though I wanted to fall asleep. I'm like, yo, I can't stay up no longer. I just wanted to fall asleep. But that was a great one for Crawford. Go fight for boxing. I seen some highlights on the gram and stuff.
Here's what I loved. Ennis didn't make excuses. He didn't sugarcoat anything. He said, yo, I caught the highlights, and Bud still looked like a cheat code. That tells you everything. Crawford's greatness was so loud that even a highlight reel proved the point. And let's be real. If Boots is calling a great win for Crawford, then you know it wasn't just great, it was monumental. Because that's one future star tipping his hat to another. When fighters like Ennis show love, the whole sport feels the shift.
It was a good one. You know, he accomplished a historic goal, and good one for him.
Were you surprised about the outcome?
I mean, it's boxing. Anything happen, you know, so good one for him.
Anyone you'd want to see Bud fight in this era that you think would be a great matchup? Well, I'd say Benavidez, but that weight class is just too high for Crawford. Where he's at right now is perfect.
When you'd want to see Bud fight in this era, that you think, you know what, that'd be a great fight.
Well, I would say Benavidez, but he's too, you know, that weight class is too high for him. So, you know, where he's at now is great.
You think he should have maybe fought Benavidez instead? Maybe that would have been a better fight for him. Benavidez. Oh no, Benavidez would destroy him. Not even close. Just like Benavidez would destroy Crawford.
He should have maybe fought Benavidez instead. Maybe that would have been a better fight for him.
Who?
Benavidez.
Oh no, Benavidez would destroy him. Not even close. Just like Benavidez would destroy Crawford.
And that's the wrap, fam. From Floyd chasing spotlight oxygen, to Bomac clowning Canelo, to Benavidez calling himself the final boss, to Hackett warning about the boxing hangover, and even Boots giving Bud his respect half asleep, it all comes back to one truth. Terence Crawford is the sun, and the rest of boxing is just orbiting around him. But I need to know what you think. Does Floyd risk his legacy? Does Bud hunt down Benavidez? Or should he walk off as the man who dethroned Canelo and mic drop on the sport? Drop your takes in the comments. Let's debate it. And yo, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters, because we're not just watching history, we're talking it into existence.